Hi everybody, all the 7th graders at Lamouth Middle School. So happy to be doing this video for you guys. My name is Miss Weiner. I am a school counselor here at the Riverside campus where you guys will be attending next year as 8th graders. I know that we're only halfway through 7th grade and that there's still a lot to go, but we do get started very early with the scheduling process here at Riverside. So what that means for you is that we're going to be spending the next couple of weeks at different times talking about what classes that you can sign up for next year, what is going to help you best be successful here, and planning for the future. So what I'd like to do today is I would like to talk a little bit about your elective classes. So there's two different types of classes that you will take, required and elective. Required are those classes that you have no choice whether you take. So kind of like English, math, science, history, you know the drill. Elective classes are other classes that you can elect to take or choose to take. And this is what we're going to be talking about today. You should have a piece of paper in front of you with the electives listed. It would be really good and really helpful to you if you took some notes from this video and used it as a resource when you are actually going to be picking classes. As of now, I'm scheduled to be in your class tomorrow, which is Friday, February 1st. If you're watching this video at a different time, I apologize, but that's a scheduled date for us to come visit you at Lamouth to schedule your classes. So I think what we're going to do now is we're going to hear a little bit about your choices from some kids who are pretty much just like you, just a year older. Last year they were in 7th grade. This year they're in 8th grade, and they wanted to talk to you a little bit today about what they've been doing in these electives. So first up, we have Lucas.
Hey guys, Lucas here.
Hey Lucas, thanks
Hello.
so much for talking to us today. So can you tell me a little bit about your speech and debate class?
Speech and debate, all right. Speech and debate is it's pretty self-explanatory. It's pretty much what it says on the tin. You do speeches and you do debates. There's like, if I had to name some specific ones, there's like one speech where you have to like team up and make up an infomercial project, and you gotta pitch it, and like you gotta make like a magazine poster for it and everything. It's silly and I like it. It's good.
Can you think of one other assignment that you did in speech and debate?
There was one where we had to tell a story about us getting about like you getting stranded on the island, and like 7 other people who have to fit into a specific category of the people that they give you, and there's like a famous star or who's trapped on the island, your mother and a best friend, a little boy, you know, stuff like that. And you have to, and when you're done with it, you have to tell the story in front of the entire class, and it can end and start in however way you want. Well, actually, it has to start with you getting on there on a helicopter.
Oh my.
Yeah.
So was that an assignment that you enjoyed?
Oh yeah. I love making up dumb stories like that. It's fun.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So how long would you say the speeches were that you had to give? Not that you gave, maybe, but what were the requirements in terms of how long the speech had to be?
It really varied depending on the speech. Some of them had to be 30 seconds long. Some had to be 2 minutes long.
Okay. So 30 seconds to 2 minutes is a good average.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else that you wanted to tell us about speech and debate?
When life gives you lemons, you make lemonade.
I like it. I like it. That is possibly the best piece of advice that I could give a 7th grader going to 8th grade.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about art class. You just started art class this semester.
Yep.
So have you done anything in there that you've enjoyed so far?
I do definitely like to draw more on the cartoony spectrum, and the realism it goes for is kind of throwing me off a little bit. But I'm still up to the challenge when it comes to it.
Good.
And I still think that the skills that being able to draw realistically and like shade good is like very helpful when it comes to when you want to draw good little pictures.
So you've been working on shading in there?
Yeah. We've been learning about value and other shading terms I can't remember off the top of my head.
That's okay.
There's like the current project we're doing. We have to take a black and white like magazine cutter, like cover, cut it in half, and then we have to recreate the other half of it on the other side using like shading and like it's definitely less outline focused and more focused on value and shading. That project is you have to shade good.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so anything that you know of that's upcoming in art class that you guys will be doing?
Nope.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you so much, Lucas, for letting us know about speech and debate. We just heard Lucas talk about art and speech and debate. So please make sure that you have jotted some things down so that you can go back and look and refer to these when we're actually doing the scheduling. So next we're going to talk to Grace.
Hi.
How are you, Grace?
Good, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks. So Grace, I know that you just started Transitions in Careers this semester. Have you done anything in there yet? Have you had any assignments or projects due?
Not really any projects, but right now we're learning about SMART goals and like how to set up good goals and like realistic things that are attainable and like just for future stuff. And like right now we're watching a movie that goes along with that.
So it sounds like you're learning about things that you could use in all kinds of different classes, and even maybe when you have a job.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. Has she talked about any of upcoming projects or anything that you'll be doing in the future?
Not really, but we are baking cookies for formal.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so baking cookies. Okay, good, great. Let's talk about band for a minute, because you're also in band, which is awesome, and we have an amazing marching band that you can be a part of in 9th grade. Are you planning to do that?
Yeah.
Good, great. So in 8th grade bands, obviously we know you play an instrument. What instrument do you play?
The clarinet.
Clarinet, awesome. So we know you play an instrument, we know you play with the band, but what are some other things that you do in 8th grade bands?
Well, right now we're doing our tuning projects, so like just to tune our instruments, make them sound the best we can. We do playing tests, and how that works is we just go in a separate room and just record ourselves. Pretty basic. I think that's pretty much it.
Is there anything different from 7th grade band that you remember?
We do get to listen to the music before we play it, like new music. So that's helpful, so we know what it sounds like.
Okay. And so you probably really like band, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Okay, very good. So would you encourage kids who are in 7th grade band now to continue in 8th grade band?
Definitely, yeah.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you, Grace, so much for talking to us today.
No problem.
So that was Grace, and you heard about 8th grade band, and you also heard about Transitions in Careers. So Transitions in Careers is a class that, like Grace said, she hasn't been in there very long, but they're working on SMART goals, and they will do some career exploration in the later in the year, and they'll do some decision-making projects and working on making good decisions and healthy relationships and things like that. There's a lot of fun, different stuff that they do in that class. So again, hopefully you jotted down a couple of things, and you can start thinking about which of these electives you want to take. All right, so last up today is Collin.
Hi guys. I'm going to talk to you guys about storytelling, digital storytelling. The title of the class is not actually what it is. You do not have to tell a story. What you do is really, like, the best part I liked about it is we did these interactive stories where you read a passage about the story and it give you multiple choices to choose, and you choose that and it'll lead you on to your journey, and there's multiple endings to end with. And after that you go on the website and you make your own. And that's what I also liked about it, because you could also put your own creativity in there, have it all good and that, and you also would do these comment things where you read passages and get information and then answer questions. And let me tell you, you guys have to focus in this class because Miss Lark is a tough teacher, and she there will be consequences if you mess around in her class, because she's a nice teacher, don't get me wrong. She likes to have fun, but she doesn't like kids that mess around. Now, what I didn't like about storytelling is, well, first I kind of turned around on me, because at first I like it's digital storytelling, has something to do with English. Oh, I hate it. But as the end came through, I actually started to like it, because the activities you do in there are pretty fun.
Well, that is a really, really awesome description. You've given us a lot of information, I think, about storytelling. And anything else that that stuck out to you? As something that you really, really enjoyed or really, really didn't enjoy?
I really did enjoy that. Since it's an English class, it doesn't have anything to do with like just reading books stuff. Just like I said, you get to have your own creativity. It's like it's kind of like English, but with your creativity and more activities to do than sit down and write and stuff like that. And that's what I like pretty much about digital storytelling.
So I think what I hear you saying is that the writing that you were doing was more creative writing and less like technical writing, like answer questions about the passage or analyze this passage. It was more like creative writing, coming up with stories. Or did you do poetry in there?
We did. I forgot about that. We actually did some poetry in there. You would do some poetry in there,
and a lot of it is done on the Chromebook, right?
Yep.
It's pretty much all. 90% of it is on Chromebook, right?
That digital part. That's on Chromebook.
That's what it means, right? So also, you're also in choir.
Yes, I am.
Okay, so and this is just it's just boys in your choir, right?
It's just boys in our choir, and choir is pretty much the same. You guys know that if Mr. Obergefell has already been to your school and talked to you guys, that Mr. Obergefell taught Mr. Allen, so he's pretty similar. But I know Mr. Allen sometimes gives you some time to go on your Chromebooks and do stuff. Most of the time, Mr. Obergefell will be going over, voice checks and stuff like that. He's more dedicated to music than Mr. Allen is, because you're moving up from the move to genre. It gets more serious. So, and also I prefer that you don't mess around his class, because it's first of all, it gives you step one where you go up to the back of the classroom and write 100 letters on why you shouldn't be doing that, and then he just sends you to COC. I think you guys already know what COC. If you don't, it's pretty much a classroom where you sit down, and for the whole period, when the teacher can't tolerate you, and then you get a consequence from the principal. So also, what Mr. Obergefell does is he does kind of fun things. He could give you, depends on your behavior. So if you're doing really good, he will let you guys have a green zone. If you guys are doing like extremely good, he will let you choose songs for your concerts, stuff like that. Let you go up. If you guys know how to like play an instrument like piano, he plays piano for you guys while you guys sing. Like Mr. Allen, he'll let you go up and actually play for the class and show what you learn. And also, it's actually a good class if you want to do band next year after 8th grade, because while you're reading through the music, he also points out things that are keenly important for band and stuff like that.
So it sounds like you've had a pretty good experience in choir this year.
Yes, I have.
Okay, perfect. So as you can see from Collin's explanations, he has had what sounds to be a really good experience. Again, if you heard him mention at the beginning of talking about storytelling, it's the proper name is storytelling in the digital age, but we just kind of abbreviate it and call it storytelling or digital storytelling. So if you see storytelling in the digital age on your scheduling form, that's the class that Collin is talking about. And again, choir is something that if you enjoy singing, I think you're going to love it up here at Riverside. Again, hopefully you took some notes while Collin was talking, so that you can look back and know have a better idea of what classes you might want to take next year as electives. Okay, so that pretty much wraps it up for now. Again, I'm scheduled to come to your classes on Friday, February 1st, and we will actually be doing the scheduling process. Now, if for some reason there's a snow day or if there's an inclement weather day of any kind, we will reschedule, but please expect to see me again soon. All right, thanks for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day.